guys, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your daily horoscope and energetic reading for Halloween, which is Saturday, October 31st, and here in America, it is Halloween, and so, to me, it's one of my very favorite all-time holidays in the whole wide world, because you get to dress up and look dead, and I get to watch all my horror movies, and it's just such a great time. Plus, eat candy, please. Like, I love chocolate. Anyhow, so let's talk about the day, because I gotta get serious at some point, and then I gotta go play. I gotta go play tonight. So the moon in Cancer, the moon goes into Cancer today, and the sun and Neptune in Pisces are all trining each other. So today you're very intuitive. You're very energetically aware of your situation, but you're not exceptionally motivated to do anything about it because this is all in trine energy. Now, I feel at some point today, and I honestly, I wish I didn't. I feel at some point today, you are going to have a conversation with somebody that is going to be combative. And we have lovely energy, but I definitely feel like you are going to have a combative conversation with somebody. And this is somebody who is, I think they're wanting to talk about things that you're not willing to talk about. And this conversation is not going to sit well with you, and what can happen is it could generate an ego-based response to this situation, is what I see. And it's going to be a power struggle between you and another person. And it's going to cause you to pull back and rethink something. It's like you thought you'd made a decision about something, but now you're after this whole situation, you may have to rethink something else. And I don't think you're energetically interested in doing that, because the Sun's in Scorpio is sextiling Pluto and Capricorn, and it's sextiling Chiron and Pisces. So I don't think you're willing to take a look at somebody else's perspective. I think that you are highly emotional. You are highly prone to having an emotion-based response to the situation, which could generate a very combative conversation. But I think that you're going to feel afterwards, you're going to feel guilt and remorse. And it may even make you feel a little bit insecure about, what just transpired. Because, basically when I see this much trine energy in water, it leads me to believe that you don't have a lot of restraint when it comes to emotional situations. So if somebody invokes an emotional response within you, water is going to win, and not logic. And, not fixed energy. So it may make you feel a little bit vulnerable in this situation. I don't feel it with work. Could be family. But it's something that will cause you to pull in, and will, it's like you see the light and the dark side of somebody's personality, and maybe you weren't aware of that dynamic in this person before this event. Also, Neptune in Pisces is going to be squaring off with Saturn in Sagittarius. So this is somebody that's wanting to have control over you, or control over the situation, And this is something that you're not ready to have a conversation about. You're not ready to make the decision. You're not ready to move forward energetically. And it's going to make you feel very burdened today. I think the emotions are going to make this situation go out of control. Excuse me. At some point. And I mean, it's so crazy. Today should energetically be a wonderful day if you're looking at the astrology, but I feel like there's going to be some emotional turmoil in today that stems from a conversation that you have that you don't like, and that makes you feel emotionally burdened afterwards. And I think it's going to spin up some things inside of you, and I think it's going to make you maybe rethink a certain decision that I think you were on a path of making a decision one way, but I think now you're on a different path on making that decision based on whatever happens today energetically. And I think that this isn't something that you're going to let on. I think that this will be something that you will be thinking about kind of behind the scenes afterwards, and it'll be something that I just think that more will come up, more will be revealed later on. As you start to take a look at this, when you can remove emotion from this situation, I suggest that's when you take a look at this, and I think that that's when you need to evaluate the situation, and really honestly not before. I think that if you try to make a decision now, or if you try to have the conversation and try to find some resolution in this conversation, I just think that for the most part, it's not going to be received well. The weird thing is I don't see it being with love. So I either see it being with friends or family, or yeah, probably family or people tight within your inner circle. It could have something to do with that. But I see by the end of the night, I see you going out, having a good time with somebody very important to you, and it easing the situation emotionally for you. I mean, you get fed emotionally from somebody significant in your life that really honestly turned this energy around, and makes you end up having some of these beautiful sextiles that we have today. You feel good about what you're doing with this person. So maybe you have a person in your life, maybe this is it, maybe you have a person in your life, or maybe you have you're trying to establish a relationship with somebody that is not well received by some of the closest family members in your life, and they're not exactly happy that you're going to be moving forward in this way, and they give you kind of an intense conversation about it. And I think that you've been working really hard to establish this union and to put it back together, and even though they've added some emotional weight to the situation, I believe that it could possibly be just turned around by the end of the evening, and you could just go out and have a good time, and you can just try to find a way to just be happy despite, I think, what happens earlier in the day. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow.